Freak92928 of Total Pwnage Incorporated. And I just wanted to give my thoughts. Again, this is going to be an unscripted video, so expect sheer badness, low quality, for the win, potato. I just wanted to give my thoughts and opinions about the Metroid scandal. If I was a loser, I'd probably call it Metroid Gate, but whatever. No, a lot of people are upset because they didn't announce a full brand new Metroid game at E3 this year, and that they released, or they've announced Metroid Prime Federation Force, and they're kind of upset because it's not a real Metroid game, and like it's gotten to the point where there's like a petition, a bunch of people signed this petition demanding that Nintendo cancel it. Like, the rage is horrifying how mad these Metroid fans get. It's almost insane how dedicated Metroid fans are. Like, holy shit, I've never seen anything like it. I think the only step beyond that is Chris Chan, who maced a GameStop employee over, like, Sonic's arms being blue in this alternate universe game, Sonic Boom, which was terrible for many reasons. And you'd think if he was mad about anything, it would be Knuckles getting the Arnold treatment, and the game was terrible. Although I have to admit, the cartoon is actually pretty fucking funny. They actually did a parody of Dude, Where's My Car, where the two robots are looking for Dr. Eggman. Super hilarious, super insane. It's amazing. But anyways, I digress. Yeah, I can understand the frustration and the anger, because being a Star Fox fan, I know what it's like to go years and 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 years for a new game. And like, they've been waiting this whole time, and they've got nothing but this seemingly badly interpreted, kind of not really Metroid game, which, you know, again, I can completely understand where they're coming from. I'd be fucking pissed too. Actually, now these people know what it's like to be a Star Fox fan, because we were waiting for games after Star Fox Assault, and we got Star Fox Command, which was not gonna go there. But yeah, I can understand the frustration. At the same time, though, it kind of makes sense, you know? Miyamoto has said that he is working, or he's thinking, he's trying to conceptualize a full Metroid game for the Wii U, but he doesn't quite have the spark of inspiration as to how to make it fun with the gamepad, and how to make it different from everything else, which is understandable. Yeah, like, he is looking at making a full title. He's just not sure, like, what he's gonna do with it. And when they're in the process of making some bigger games, like, you have to understand, they've announced Star Fox Zero, and they have a giant-ass Legend of Zelda game coming up. And I think they're still working on Woolly World. They're still working on a lot of big-name titles. With the scale that Star Fox is at, and Zelda is at, it's gonna take them a long ass time to finish these games. And they're working on them simultaneously. Star Fox is so far confirmed for release during the holiday season of this year, and Zelda has been pushed back to 2016, and they haven't given a date for it yet. But the thing with these guys is what they do between big name titles is they make tinier titles just to get people through, right? Like, Pokemon, for example. There was no new main series Pokemon game announced this year at E3. Instead, they have the Mystery Dungeon, another episode of the spin-off games. Zelda, like, in between the releases of these big title Zelda games, they released the smaller ones, like, the one that was announced that I also can't remember the name of. Triforce something. And they're also releasing Hyrule Warriors for the 3DS. So usually between these big name titles, because they take so long to make, they usually have smaller companies and smaller sections of Nintendo working on these smaller titles just to fill in the gap between big name titles. Miyamoto and them are really hard at work with Zelda and with Star Fox. So for them to announce another title, I think what's going on is one of the following. Either A, they're still focusing all their resources on these two big name titles because they're, like, a lot of people are waiting for them, a lot of people are excited, and they want to pump them out as fast as they can, but they don't want to rush it because, let's face it, that's how Sonic 06 turned terrible. To kind of give the idea, I guess I could use Chef Gordon Ramsay. Like, you can't let your standards slip. Like, the minute you let standards slip just to get things done and fast and stuff like that is the minute that people go, like, in the restaurant business, they go, this food is terrible. They'd rather wait longer for an amazing meal than, like, have their meal, like, 10 minutes after they ordered and it being junky and crap and taste really, really bad. Same thing with video games. These things take time. These things take a lot of time. Especially something like Star Fox. Like, I can't even tell you how beautiful the demo was and how amazing it looks, and I'm just beside myself. I want to play this game right now. Like, this game needs to be released 10 days ago. But, I think the thing is, if they even, like, either they're, again, focusing all their big title resources to these two games, or they could possibly have, like, a small section dedicated to try and figure out a big Metroid title. But not only is it small and still in its conception stages, but also too, if they, like, even if they were working on a big title, Metroid, and they were to announce it, the C3, it would take realistically another 2 years for them to release a good quality Metroid game. And I think that would piss off fans even more. Because, like, when Nintendo finally releases a game that all these people have been waiting for, that's my theory as to why Star Fox is being released before Legend of Zelda, because people have been waiting a long-ass time for Star Fox. Nintendo does not want to disappoint. Nintendo does not want to keep them waiting. But I mean, if they were to announce a Metroid game and say, oh, this will be released fall of 2017, and people are going to be like, 2017, I can't wait that long. Yeah, it's not good, especially, like, YouTube rage and stuff like that. Like, no, you don't want that. But, like, let me give you another example, like Star Fox. I know I talk about Star Fox, bitches don't know about my Star Fox crack addiction, but the thing is, Miyamoto announced ages ago that he was trying to figure out a way to make Star Fox work on the Wii U. I think it was possibly one of the producers that mentioned that they were looking at, like, using the Wiimote to control the R-Wing. But the thing is, that took a lot of ass time. And it ended up that we did not get a game on the Wii. This wasn't originally with the Wii. We did not get a Star Fox game for the Wii because I guess Miyamoto just couldn't conceptualize it in a way that it would work. So instead, he basically waited until the next console. He waited until he knew the ins and outs of the console and could come up with ideas in his brilliant genius brain and actually get them to work with the console. And I need a drink. I think it's going to be the same way with Metroid. I think Miyamoto is trying to make it work. I don't know if he's going to be able to conceptualize it for the current system, or if he's waiting for the next system, which is what he ultimately did with Star Fox. And that would even be like an amazing launch title for his new console. Like, people would buy it then. But I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say, like, again, I can understand the frustration, like, big time. Like, I can't tell you how many E3s I was like, no Star Fox! And, like, you know, I can understand that, like, big time. Understand. Get it. But, realistically, Nintendo's working on so many things. Even if they were to announce a big Metroid title, it would take them time. That's the whole problem. Time. The reason why they're making this smaller game is because they have a smaller section of the company and a smaller third party. I think it's Team Ninja. I just thought of the worst horrible joke. I mean, you'd think since they, you know, kind of mastered jiggle technology, I'm not even going to demonstrate that, jiggle technology, you'd think that they'd be like jumping to put Samus in the game because she's a girl. But there's, like, no Samus. It's just 4, dudes-ish. I don't know if they're dudes, but they're, like, they all look the same. I'm gonna assume they're dudes because their body armor does not, like, look like it has tits. And if Team Ninja was making this, those robots would have tits. But yeah, like, the one Metroid game that Team Ninja is working on, and there are no tits. Surprising. But, I digress. They have the smaller section of the company that can make this game, and I mean, while it doesn't feel like a Metroid game to me, like, it looks like it's gonna be fun. And that's, I think, what people are worried about most when it comes to Nintendo is fun. Not so much the fans, because there's a fucking petition to get this game cancelled, which is a douche move. Because, you know, some people are looking forward to it. Nintendo threw this thing out to try and make people happy, and now people are like, "Rrr, we don't like this, cancel it. Nobody likes this," which is not true. But I mean, you know, the backlash is, like, outrageous. Like, holy crap. But like I was saying, they have the smaller section that can focus the game on the small game. Even if they were to cancel this game, guys, it would just be another tiny filler game. And quite honestly, if you really want a Metroid game, like in the future, not a good idea to demand Nintendo cancel this game, because I know nobody's intending for this, but if Nintendo, like, sees something like that, and they're gonna say, well, pardon me, why work on Metroid? Because, like, every single time we conceptualize a Metroid game, people have a problem with it. I mean, really, like, think about it. It's not just this game. Other N got a lot of hate, which it deserved. I didn't play it, but it kind of deserved from what I hear. But, like, it got the hate before it came out. Apparently the Metroid Prime series got a lot of hate before it came out as well. That's just gonna tell Nintendo, well, they'll never be happy, no matter what we do. So they're just gonna give up on it, and that's not what I want. That's not what people want to happen. I mean, really, if you don't think the game's a good idea and you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. But, like, I think, like I said, I understand the hate, but people need to grow up. People really need to grow up. You can't just be like, I don't like this game, I don't want it released. Because you know what? That's what social justice warriors do. This game is sexist stuff. I don't want it released. Nintendo, you have to cancel it because it's offensive. And it's offensive. And it hurt my fifis. And video games are sexist. And I demand a 3,000-page essay as to why it's offensive, as well as a 3,000-page letter apology. That's what social justice warriors do. We are better than them. Gamers are better than them. Gamers are not social justice warriors. Don't use social justice warrior tactics to get what you want. I mean, I know as Metroid fans, you're pissed off, you're angry, I can understand that. I was pissed off and angry too before the end of E3 last year when they said a Star Fox game was coming. And yeah, maybe I'm just not pessimistic because they finally fucking announced some information on the new Star Fox and it looks amazeballs. But yeah, I mean, things take time, guys. You know, things take time. They can't work on a whole bunch of big name titles at once. They just can't do it. They don't have the resources. They don't have, you know, they just don't have the resources to do that. That's why, like, between Pokemon games, there's like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, the kajillion mini Pokemon games that are on the Wii, on the handhelds, you know, like, that's the way video game companies work. I know this. I work at a video game store that kind of helps with the knowledge. The only reason that Microsoft and Sony have a lot more big titles coming up soon is because they have more third-party support. They have support from these big-ass corporations, big-ass video game companies that basically make the games for them to a point. So that's literally it. Like, if Microsoft and Sony were left to their own devices with almost no third-party support, basically they'd have one or two big titles and they'd have a lot of mini titles to fill in the gap. That's exactly what Nintendo's doing. But if Miyamoto says that he's trying to conceptualize a full Metroid game, last I checked, Miyamoto is the be-all, end-all authority of what gets made and what doesn't. So if Miyamoto is saying he's working on it, he's working on it. Trust me. I mean, I didn't think I almost lost faith in him because every single year, no Star Fox, Star Fox Command, 9 years later, and you know what, I don't even consider Star Fox Command a Star Fox game, because, no, it was just so bad. I mean, fuck the shitty story, fuck the boring gameplay, fuck Crystal joining Star Wolf, no, just, no. So, realistically, it's been longer. Why is it that every time I'm trying to film something, there's like creepy whistling going on and everything? No. No, it's been since the GameCube that Star Fox has had a game. At least Metroid had a Wii game, which was shitty. Super shitty. Oh, it's just a bird. Super shitty, but it was still released and it was still something. I almost lost faith in him, and he was like, Star Fox, and I was like, yeah, right, you're not actually gonna do anything except for another release, like, re-release, maybe, like, Star Fox 64 3D Wii U or something. Nope. he announced last year there's gonna be a new Star Fox game, and I was like, oh. And ever since then, I've been trying to dig up every little tidbit I could. Got almost nothing, and then at E3, boom, puppets, boom, Star Fox, boom, gameplay. Like, the whole time I was like, you know, so fucking excited. Because I love Star Fox. But yeah, like, if Miyamoto says he's working on it, he's working on it. And, like, this is gonna be probably the first new Star Fox game that I'm going to be looking forward to. Because I don't understand how they could follow up Assault with this shitty, semi-half-assed Star Fox 2 with the shitty storyline and, like, the shitty endings. The endings were so fucking bad. Like, so fucking bad. They were terrible. I refuse to acknowledge any of them as canon because they were that bad. The story was that bad. I mean, how could you release this after Star Fox Assault, which was, you know what? I'm gonna say this right now. Star Fox Assault, loved it. Fucking loved it. Yeah, don't adjust your internet, people. I actually said that. I actually said that Star Fox Assault was a good game. You know, do you want me to piss you off even more? I'm gonna piss you off even more just because you people asked for it. But yeah, guys, like, just be patient. Just be fucking patient. And just, if you don't like this game, don't fucking buy it. It's that simple. It's the shit that we've been telling, like, Anita Sarkeesian, and Zoe Quinn, and Brianna Wu for fucking decades. I don't understand how we can preach one thing and then do the other. The petition is fucking stupid. Like, stupid as shit. I think the people who started it need to grow the fuck up. Quite honestly, like, I'm not gonna fucking sugarcoat it. Like, really? If you want a new Metroid game and you're disappointed, fine. But, like, demanding Nintendo give in to your needs and cancel this game just because it offends you as a Metroid fan, that would be like if that'd be like if I started a petition, demanding that Final Fantasy VII, the remake, be fucking cancelled because a woman gets murdered and that's sexism and that offends me because I'm like, I should clarify that I'm making fun of Brianna Wu and Zoe Quinn right now because I don't actually fucking believe that. But if I was like Zoe Quinn and I was like, sexism, cancels Final Fantasy VII, like, that's exactly what this is coming off to me right now. Only, like, it's just so silly. It's so over the top, and it doesn't need to happen. Like, just don't. Just don't. Just don't. That's all I can say. I understand your frustration, but this is not the way to go about it. If you don't like the game, then just don't fucking buy it. It's simple as that. But don't act like Miyamoto is, like, that's the masterpiece that he's crapping out, because I assure you it's not. That's what a lot of people said about Star Fox 64 3D for the 3DS. Oh, Miyamoto's giving up on Star Fox, it's just a remake. Now look at the giant-ass magnum opus that he's releasing now. Like, it's fucking gorgeous. I don't care what anybody says. It's amazing, and I want to play it now. But, I mean, just calm down. Trust Miyamoto, because he knows what he's doing. He's been doing it for years. He hasn't screwed up so far, for the most part. Some games were really terrible and shit, but I mean, you know, you're always gonna get really, really bad games sometimes, because, you know, sometimes they'll think, oh, this thing will work, and it doesn't, and it doesn't work, and, you know, I think a company as credential as Nintendo has the right to fuck up every once in a while. Having said that, they need to improve amiibo supplies, like, badly. I can tell you, working at a video game store, it's not even just the amiibos. Like, we have a shitload of Smash Bros. GameCube style controllers that we can't sell because Nintendo did not improve the supply of the GameCube adapters. It's like that in almost every single video game store I've been into. Like, it's ridiculous. And then, like, we have, like, shitloads of people trying to get this amiibo and they send us, like, 4. It needs improvement. But besides that, I'm quite happy with Nintendo's press conference. I'm pretty sure they didn't apologize. That's been going around a lot, but they didn't. But even if they did, they shouldn't have, because I thought they did a fucking amazing job. And if you guys seriously bullied them into apologizing because you didn't get that one game you really wanted, then no offense, but you're no better than Zoe Quinn or, you know, any of these people, because you're basically doing the same thing that they're doing. Is you didn't give us exactly what, you know, you didn't give us exactly what we wanted. I demand an apology. That's exactly something they do. I mean, again, I get you being upset, but just don't be a dick about it. You know, like, there's being upset, and then there's being upset and being a complete dick. Like, you know, you can be disappointed without stooping down to these people's level. Just calm down, be patient. It's gonna happen. It will happen. Nintendo has proven to me that this stuff happens because that's exactly what they did with Star Fox, and that's exactly what they're gonna do with Metroid. So, calm your tits. Just calm down. Enjoy the games that are coming out, and I assure you, it might even be with the release of the new console, but it's gonna happen. Just calm down. Stop with the petitions. Please stop with the petitions. And just, you know, relax. Because, you know, Nintendo hasn't forgotten about its fans. I know it seems that way sometimes, but it really hasn't. The way it's just, Miyamoto, genius takes time. Development takes time, especially when you're trying to work on other projects. So just, you know, let's wait for Star Fox Zero and the new Legend of Zelda game to be released, and then see what they announce after that, because I can assure you they're not going to go too long without announcing another major title. And in the meantime, just don't be a dick. That's all it takes. Don't be a dick. You know, it's not that hard. It really isn't. And, you know, with that, this is Game Freak 1998 of Total Pwnage Incorporated, and I will see you guys later. Don't be a dick.